Hi friends, how are you? Today we see about basic concepts of EDI. Over the last few decades, the use of information technology to assist the exchange of information both within and between organizations has been constantly growing at a rapid rate. One of the most significant areas of growth due to the application of technology is the electronic data interchange, or just we will tell this EDI. Electronic data interchange has been evolving for nearly 25 years and has in fact become the paperless environment. EDI is a complex mixture of three disciplines, namely business, data processing and data communications. Since EDI is the direct computer-to-computer exchange of standard business forms, it obviously requires a business process. Since the key idea involved is the exchange of documents that allow business to take place without human intervention, data processing is obviously essential for application processing. Data communication is inevitable for the exchange to take place. From this module, by the end of this module, you can able to learn about, elaborate the history of electronic data interchange, know what EDI is and its basic concepts, and have in-depth knowledge about types of EDI, EDI documents, processes, layers and standards, and you can understand why to opt for EDI and its market scenario, and you can analyze the benefits of EDI. Now we will see the brief history of electronic data interchange. Large business organizations emerged in the late 1800s and early 1900s. They brought with them the necessity to maintain formal records of business transactions. In the 1950s, these organizations started to use computers to store and process internal transaction records, but purchase orders, invoices between businesses continued to be printed on paper. By the 1960s, businesses started exchanging transaction information on punch records or magnetic tape, and in 1970s transferred data over telephone lines. In 1968, a number of freight and shipping companies joined together and created a standardized information set that included all the data that shippers commonly included on bills of lading, freight invoices and other paper forms. This reduced their paperwork burden, since instead of printing a paper from shippers could translate the information about shipments into a computer file, which could be transmitted to any freight company that had adopted the standard. But the benefits were limited to members of the industries that created standard setting groups. Thus, a standard format that could be used by companies in all industries was in need. Hence, emerged the electronic data interchange, which is the computer-to-computer transfers of business information between two businesses that uses a standard format of some kind and is still the method used for most electronic B2B transactions. Now we can see about what is electronic data interchange. Electronic data interchange is defined as the electronic transmission of data from one system to another by agreed message standards from one trader to another. EDI documents have the same information that a paper document would contain and is used for the same purpose. Automating these processes reduces the need for paper duplication of work and means fewer mistakes due to human error. The sending company creates the electronic message and the receiving company processes it without the need for any human involvement. EDI provides trading partners with a fast and efficient business tool for the automatic transmission of commercial data from one computer application directly to another. Now we see about the basic concepts of EDI. Electronic Data Interchange or EDI has been around since the late 1960s, while EDI has benefited enormously due to the introduction of the interest. Electronic data interchange is nothing but the computer-to-computer interchange of routine business data between trading partners in standard data formats. From the above definition, we can identify the key concepts about EDI. The first one is computer to computer. EDI is performance centric since the information flows directly out of a sender's computer system into a receiver's computer system without any human intervention, but at all times can't expect EDI to flow in this most efficient manner. The second one is routine business data. EDI is only used for routine business documents like purchase orders and invoices and not for non-routine business documents like complicated contracts or information meant for humans to read and analyze. The third one is standard data formats. A standard definition of the structure of the data is provided, hence unstructured data is not EDI. EDI is technology independent, hence there are preferred ways to implement EDI in a company and many approaches to choose from according to a company's business needs, not a particular implementation of technology. There are two key elements in the basic electronic data interchange using which any business can enter the world of EDI and begin to take advantage of the speed and economy of electronic commerce. First one is that the electronic documents replace paper-based documents. Secondly, the exchange of documents is through a standardized format. Now we see about the types of EDI. Software based EDI. It is a secure, reliable way to send EDI and associate files within the same message such as purchase orders, invoices, drawings, email with end-to-end acknowledgement of message receipt. The next one is value added networks, WANs based EDI. A WAN is a communication network that is used to exchange EDI messages among business partners and provide services, including holding messages in electronic mailboxes, interconnecting other WANs. But the main drawback of enabling WAN is that they are slow and high priced, charged by the number of characters transmitted. The next one is internet based EDI. It is not dependent on the amount of information transfer, hence flat priced. Common mail standards, proven networking, interoperable with public key encryption techniques being incorporated in various electronic mail systems. Now we will see about the EDI document. A document in EDI is any form of communication sent between two companies such as purchase order, invoice, shipping message, fund transfer. EDI is a data processing concept which does not dependent on communication protocols or transmission media. In today's fast-paced business world, it is a logical outgrowth of the standard computerization going on within companies over the last few decades. EDI has replaced the human readable paper or electronic based documents with machine readable electronically coded documents. Through EDI, the sender computer creates the message and the receiver computer interprets the message without any human intervention. Many business documents can be exchanged using EDI, but the two significant ones are purchase orders and invoices. The real power of EDI lies in the standardization of information communicated in business documents, which makes possible a paperless exchange. How to send an EDI document? Identification of the data to be sent, conversion of the data into EDI format using translation software, transmit the EDI document to the trading partner. How we will receive it? Receipt of the transmitted document, conversion of the EDI format into the internal format using translation software, feeding of data into the internal system for processing. Now we see about kinds of documents sent using EDI. Any document can be converted into a standard format suitable for EDI. Few of them are order handling, financial services, tax services, government services, manufacturing documents, delivery documents, engineering management and contracts, health and insurance documents and claims. In EDI terminology, a single business document such as a purchase order, invoice, shipping information or payment is termed as a transaction set. A transaction set contains data elements, segments and envelopes. Then what are the data elements? Data elements are the individual items of information within the document. For example, data elements in a purchase order might be city, state, country, item number, quantity and price. Then what is segments here? Data elements are combined together to form segments. All data segments are collected and put into a specific sequence to form a complete transaction set, also known as the electronic document. For example, a purchase order would contain groups of related data such as item number, quantity, price, etc. Now we see about the envelopes. Just as paper business documents are sent in envelopes, EDI documents are exchanged using electronic envelopes, which are of three types. The types are message envelope. Message envelope is each transaction set or the electronic document is placed in an individual message envelope. The next one is group envelope. It's a group of transaction sets or electronic documents are placed in a group envelope. The next one is interchange envelope. It's all group envelopes which are sent from one sender to one receiver are placed in an interchange envelope. Now we can see the difference between the traditional paper purchase order and its electronic counterpart. Traditional document exchange of the purchase order, see in this. The traditional process normally takes between 3 and 5 days, but the EDI process normally occurs overnight and can take less than an hour. In the traditional document, buyer makes a buying decision, creates the purchase order, prints and mails it to the supplier. But in the EDI document, buyer makes a buying decision, creates the purchase order but does not print it. Instead, the EDI software creates an electronic version of the purchase order and transmits it automatically to the supplier. In traditional document, supplier after receiving the purchase order enters it into the order entry system. In the EDI document, the order entry system of the supplier updates the system immediately on receipt of the purchase order. In traditional document, buyer calls supplier to confirm the receipt of the purchase order or the supplier mails buyer an acknowledgement of the order. In the EDI document, supplier's order entry system creates an acknowledgement and transmits it back to confirm receipt. Now we see what are the processes involved in EDI. Three major processes are involved in the exchange of EDI data, namely mapping, translation and communications. The data mapping involves transforming an EDI document into another format that conforms to both the EDI standards and the business partners rule. The mapping tool is used to transform extracted data into EDI using the assigned preset maps, and the EDI software allows mapping EDI data and saving that map for further use. The next one is translation. Translation is the process of accepting the inbound EDI data or preparing an outbound file for transmission, and the translation software performs a series of activities to verify and accept mapped files for outbound and inbound data. The next thing is communication. Communications refer to the transmission of the EDI transaction which requires a secure communication connection. EDI standards are independent of communication methods because they can be transmitted using any number of methodologies known as protocols. Now we will see some example of EDI process. To initiate the EDI process, only internet access and internet capabilities are necessary. In an illustration of EDI involved in purchasing system, an approved purchase order would first be converted into the appropriate document format, notably an EDI 850 purchase order. This converted purchase order is then securely transmitted to the concerned supplier via a value added networks (WAN) or the internet with high level encryption combined with user identification and passwords. Throughout the way, data accuracy is checked by various EDI applications. Now we see about the layers of EDI. Electronic data interchange has 4 layers, namely the semantic or application layer, the standards translation layer, the transport layer and the physical layer. The semantic layer also known as the application layer describes the business application that drives EDI. This layer is specific to a company and the software it uses, hence the user interface is customized to local environments. Next we see about the standard layer. The information in the semantic layer must be translated from a company specific form to a more generic or universal form. To achieve this, companies must adopt universal EDI standards. Next one is transport layer. When the trading partner sends a document, the EDI translation software converts the company specific format into a standard mutually agreed on format, and vice versa when a company receives the document, so that company can manipulate the information in whatever way it chooses to. The last one is physical layer. Dial-up lines, internet, value added network, etc. form the physical layer. Let us see about electronic data interchange standards. Appropriate EDI standards are mandatory in determining the success or failure of electronic data interchange transactions. Specific electronic data interchange standards are adopted for a variety of unique documents required for EDI transactions. In the following list, we will see some of the examples of EDI standard format used by different organizations, namely UN EDIFACT standard. It is commonly used for administration, commerce and transport and was developed under United Nations UN in 1987. The next one is ANSI ASC extract. It is used by healthcare, insurance, government and transportation and chartered under American National Standards Institute (ANSI) in 1979. The next one is GS1 EDI. It is used for supply chain, process for purchase order, dispatch notice, invoice, etc. Tradocoms, it is used by UK retail sector for product information, price information, customer information, etc. The next one is HL7. It is basically used for exchange of information related with retrieval of electronic health information. Okay, why to opt for EDI? In an environment of ever accelerating processes, the companies put EDI in place for the coming reasons. Wish. A potential customer or supplier uses EDI as their preferred method of communication. Next one is need. Internal productivity and efficiency are falling off due to manual processes, hence go for EDI. Must. Customer requirements demand the use EDI. The factors that facilitates the use of EDI are timely cash flow. One of the EDI's biggest advantages is that customer payments will be timelier when invoicing and payments are handled electronically. Fewer errors and better data quality. EDI facilitates faster processing speeds while reducing human error, which is a powerful combination brought about by EDI. Efficient use of human capital. Instead of using manual labor for low value manual data entry, they can be used for more value added activities. Easily searchable database. Though manual processes are being automated, EDI provides a easily searchable database that enables to find and track documents from organization to destination and all points in between with the use of their EDI control numbers. Better data security and audit trials. With fully integrated EDI, data can be exchanged in a highly secure environment, and corporate auditing is made much easier and faster, as well as EDI transaction reports can be generated automatically, saving time and improving accuracy during audit. Management of information. With EDI, one can access past and real-time information quickly and easily, enhancing decision making, as well as data can be easily compiled and analyzed for trends, errors and insights. Expense reduction. Less paper documents and human interactions create several potential sources of EDI cost savings and hence cost effective. Now we will see about the benefits of EDI. Few of the benefits of electronic data interchange are: expedite transmission. Information is transmitted from one organization to another organization in an efficient and swift manner. Automated data entry. Data is entered automatically in the company system with the help of EDI software. Automated receipt verification. Receipt verification is done with help of EDI software with no human intervention, hence minimal chances of error or delay. Validation of data. Validation of data is automatically done by the EDI software. Availability of free software. Free software is made available to businesses depending upon the EDI format chosen. For example, the standard EDI format, namely in Tradegom's price information file and order files, are freely available. Reduced cost, reduced administrative resource and maintenance cost. Quick processing. With the help of EDI, business processes can be executed at a much rapid rate as compared to the traditional document exchange method. Building long-term relationships. EDI helps in building long-term relationships between trading partners, thus enhancing the business growth. Reduction in error. The advent of EDI has eliminated manual data entry and paperwork, hence minimal chances of error. Okay, now we see about the business processes suited for EDI. When ready to adopt electronic data interchange as a tool for operating business, the three most viable business processes to consider first for EDI implementation are shipping or receiving, invoicing or payment and procurement. EDI has the real potential to be a game changer for most companies, but need an expert help along the way to make EDI a more effective part of the business operation. What is the market scenario for EDI? The demand of EDI is a very high such that businesses are in fact rejecting businesses that don't use EDI. An EDI document contains both data and data schema in the same file. The programmer finds easy to provide EDI solutions as well as its implementation is simple for any organization because of its speedy nature and leads to lower cost. EDI has been proven to be reliable, affordable and easy to use amongst all types of business and almost every industry, hence the best source for creating business relations with other businesses. EDI has a good scope for the future and is an essential ingredient for successful supply chain management, which facilitates the companies to handle business transactions with any trading partner using a standardized electronic format. Okay, we are at the end of this session. So, from today's class we know about EDI is the exchange of documents electronically and is proven to be the best way to exchange business documents quickly and securely with any organization anywhere in the world. More than 85% of all electronic business transactions take place using EDI by almost every industry where large companies benefit the most. Small and medium scaled businesses use EDI to speed up accounts payable, receivable, track orders and materials. EDI eliminates manual processing, replacing it with digitized, formatted data that is sent and received directly between the trading computers. The fact with the fully integrated EDI system is that the process is so rapid with no paper, no people and almost no time. We will meet in the next session. Thank you.